You can cut that out. Don't show that to Waddell. He'll either get so excited or he'll chew my butt. So one of the two, it's not going to be good. So we don't need to raise no blood pressure. He's in full strut. Come on, Ryan, let's take a ride. Show you what's going on around here. I need to check a few things anyway, so let's go see what's going on at Casa Tbone. You might be asking yourself, why are we using the Chevy? It's 85 degrees today, and we got air conditioning. Let's take a ride on Club Silverado. Got all the targets out there now, boy. Looks like Lion Country Safari. I tell you what, that's been great for us, shooting every Thursday night. Well, and even more than that, but definitely on Thursday nights. You cannot duplicate or put an importance on the fellowship, camaraderie, getting together, and hey, we're practicing as well. So talking about hunts and talking about putting in for drawings, and oh man, it's been, I mean, we knew it was going to be good. We knew it was going to be fun, or I did anyway, but man, it has been just absolutely way more than I ever thought so. Like we got right here. Got a load of pipe in. We just unloaded this yesterday morning. I've never been the best at laying pipe, but right here we're fixing to be. On a couple of other farms that we've got, we got a major creek crossing. That's what that big 36-inch is for, so we can cross the creek to access the back part of the property. And then we got a duck pond that it's about halfway blowed out, and we got to replace it, put it on the side, connect where the spillway is. So that's what those 30 inches is for. And then we got some 15-inch pipe that we got to put a driveway in on another farm. So that's projects that's got to be happening. You call it off season, but really there ain't no off season. And while we're over here, we'll just run down here and do a duck count. Actually, we got 5 ducks. We got 1 white duck, and he come up missing the day before yesterday. My wife's been all sad about that. We got some geese that actually hatched out about 2 weeks ago. And you ain't gonna believe this, but I got a feeder way back up in the woods and got trail cam pictures of the geese eating the Big and J out of the trough feeder. And it wasn't nowhere near the water. That's what I don't get. There was our ducks. We got a 4 count. Got Sasquatch on the dock protecting them. So here's a quick story about this little brim pond. It's only about, I don't know, 1/4 acre, maybe a 1/2 acre. We stocked that thing 3.5 years ago with 1,400 bluegill, shell crackle, and hybrid brim. And we have yet to take one out of it. It's got 1,400 brim. I'm sure that a few things have gotten some of them, but when we've caught them, we've all released them. But we're about ready to put some in Lake Crisco. But I'm telling you, you can't wrap your hands around them. True, honest, thick slabs, titty brim. Got to mash it to your titty to get the hook out of its mouth. And that's all that's in there. Well, I say that's all we put in there, but we have caught a crappie or two, which I'm not too fond of. But that's our shop there. It's heated and air conditioned. And then grain bin, and then all of our attachments and implements and stuff here. That's just scrap gates and pipe. Got this container. We painted it up so it just doesn't look like an eyesore container, but that's what we keep all our Big and J and feed in, so that it's rat proof and bug proof. So we don't have to worry about busting into bags or getting wet or anything like that. So that's been a game changer as far as like keeping out the rodents and stuff, no squirrels and stuff. So we got feeders all over the place, and we went a little overkill. We got huge roofs on top of all these because we don't want no blowing rain and stuff like in there. And if you notice, I mean, a lot of people say like, man, why you put the signs on there, talking about the Big and J, and we keep all the, the Big and J, whether it's the BB square or the cotton crave, what have you, we keep it all inside the trough. Deer come in, they get used to it, and a lot of times people say, well, mature bucks won't come to that. Well, you're right. If you only feed once or twice a year, yeah, they won't come to it. But if you feed all year long, and that mature buck from a button buck up, and you consistently have a feed program that he's been comfortable eating out of that trough feeder since he was a button buck, absolutely he'll come and eat out of it. And the signage on there is one, so that but two, signage is everything. It's a good marketing tool. If the deer see that the Big and J, they read Big and J on there, they're more apt to come to it, don't you think? So we got a bunch of those trough feeders on the place. They've worked out real well too. Something real quick right here, we've got us 4, these are chestnut oak acorn trees, which are extremely rare. A buddy of mine over in Mississippi gave them to me. So we got those planted right there. They're got them caged up too, otherwise the deer would run all over them. There's a bunch of turkeys. Look at him, they're blowed up. See him strutting right in front of the redneck blind? You see him? There's 2 longbeards right there the day after season goes out. Unbelievable. You can cut that out. Don't show that to Waddell. He'll probably, if he'll either get so excited or he'll chew my butt. So one of the two, it's not going to be good. So we don't need to raise no blood pressure. He's in full strut. There's a hen. No, there's 3 gobblers and a hen over there. It's safe to say they're loving the clover in that food plot, ain't they? So this is the food plot that I was wanting to look at. Actually, got a redneck blind here, and we usually put a pop up there so that I can get in here as well. But I thought that this one's going to have to be sprayed again, and it is. But the clover is. We got clover, chicory, and alfalfa all in this, and this was all planted back in September. Whereas most food plots have run their course. If you maintain them and manage it, you can get 11, 12 months worth out of it, and you can tell it's browsed down a lot. But man, you got a lot of great food on this food plot, and turkeys was out here bugging and strutting, and naturally one day after season went out. Just a huge pride factor, every little bit you do, even if it's just a little bit each year and year, having your own property and knowing that, hey, that's mine, I did that, I made that decision, and to watch it pay off, and just to see turkeys and strutting like that, I can't tell you the joy it brings you. Man, that plot looks good. We've been getting a lot of questions and concerns, and man, I really appreciate everybody thinking of me and checking in on me. It's just been awesome. So but yeah, to answer your question, man, I'm doing good, just adapting to the new normal. I'm driving. Obviously you can see I'm driving, and I've got side-by-sides and four-wheelers and off-road wheelchairs, so I'm able to get out and about. Turkey hunted some this year. Don't travel as much as I used to, but yeah, still shooting a bow all the time, working on bows, working with our partners, flying the flag, flying the brotherhood flag, working in the office a lot, and we just got a therapy pool put in, so I'm actually doing a lot of swimming and trying to get some exercise on that, trying to lose some weight. Man, it's tough, but it didn't jump on here quick. It ain't gonna come off quick, but yeah, we're just living up each day, one day at a time. And to say we're blessed is an understatement. And it goes back to, I can't thank you guys enough for checking on me and staying up to date on me. It means a lot. The brotherhood is strong, and we love every one of y'all. This right here is a special place. Killed a couple good mature bucks this year right here. We built us like a little drive-through carport right here, so I can come up here with my wheelchair or my side-by-side. This is a special spot. It's one of the highest points in Troup County, and it's got 4 spokes off of it, and we got food plots planted in every one of them. And back before I lost my leg, we got a 15-foot tall redneck blind. You slip up here, slip out, and naturally it looks to be more than just it's just a rifle stand. You could plant this up here, but the problem with planting it up on top is you can't slip in and out because the deer are feeding right underneath you. So we've opted to use it as a viewing station, and/or it's a great place to bring someone just to watch a bunch of deer, or if we have a guest come in, we can take and let them hunt in each one of these fingers. You'll see a lot of deer. We got a watering hole at the bottom, and this just kind of flows all the way down. These drainage ditches go all the way down to Yellow Jacket Creek. So yeah, it's a nice spot. It's not too often you can have senderos in the Georgia pines in the southeast United States, but we've carved these lanes out, and it's working pretty good. It's a nice spot. there's 3 of them. Well, we can check 2 off the list. There's 3 deer. I can't tell. They are starting to pop horns and stuff right now, but that's good to see. This is another plot. This one right here, I got so many memories. This has been a food plot on my property. This is the core property that I bought. I kept adding to it and adding to it, but this is the first 27 that I bought right here, and this is the first food plot that I ever built way back in 1999. And we're looking at a persimmon tree right here beside me that has absolutely filled my freezer. I can't tell you how many times. I've shot coyotes, I've shot turkeys up here, deer up here, shot my biggest buck ever with a bow right here. So, I mean, this has got so much good soil up here now. The food plots are doing good. It's great to see all the deer doing good and the turkeys doing good. And the biggest thing of all is all the memories. I got a lock on there. I got a ladder stand down there. And then, of course, I got a redneck blind that's been there for 10 years right there. What we got planted here is, naturally, we put buck forage oats in here for the fall and as a kill plot, what I call it. That's an annual, so it's going to die off and run its course by like February. But we also plant at the same time, we've got 2 types of clover, 2 types of alfalfa, and chicory, which are all perennials. So those will come in, they're semi-dormant underneath the oats. Once they've run their course, we spray this down with Post, which kills out all the weeds and grasses, and then this stuff thrives. So that one time we bust the ground, because it's such a chore to bust it, so you don't have to keep plowing the ground 2 and 3 times a year. We do it one time, usually plow it in mid-August and then plant it at the end of September. And then we've got 11, 12 months of just lush food plots that produces so much tonnage for these deer that you don't have to supplemental feed as much. So many people just plant rye or plant wheat and it's done by January, February, and then your deer scatter and they're looking for other things. But you know, you just put a little additional work in, 12 months, 365 days a year, and you know, it seems silly, but just driving up here on a 4-wheeler and looking and seeing how lush it is, and then to see deer in it, oh my gosh, it's overwhelming. It's like opening up another present at Christmas time. So, I mean, that's what I get out of it. It adds to the pride factor. So, I don't know. Those that have done this, or if you're thinking about buying land, you know what I'm talking about and what you get out of it. You know what I'm talking about, and those that haven't, trust me, if you ever want to, well worth it. I've never, ever, ever regretted buying a piece of property and or doing the land management process. This is part of the core right here. We actually had our long distance shot archery range. Oops. When I say core like center of, this was the original. Oh, there's the geese and the baby geese I was telling you about. So this is a food plot, one of the first ones we planted on this power line, and man, we've killed a lot of good deer. Redid this pond. This pond was built in '64. Pipe had rusted out, redid it, took 400 trees cut out of here, brought the pond back, it stocked up. We have a lot of good times there. This is something right here to your right that I was wanting to tell you about. So you'll see that there those hay bales I put in there 15 years ago. Those are just old thatch hay bales, and they were a lot bigger, of course, but that started off having the hay bales in there, and you can hardly see, but on either side of the hay bales I have needlepoint hollies planted in there, and those are bushes that only grow to a height of about 12, 15 feet tops. And the reason we have them in there is because we want them to plant it as a screen. As it's a high line from Georgia Power, I'm not allowed to plant anything that grows over 12 to 15 foot tall. So it's approved from them. We have it planted right here. It's on the crest of the hill. About a quarter to a half mile back there is the road that goes by, so people can see down through here. And a lot of people think, well, he just don't want people seeing the deer. It's not really that. I mean, yeah, that is a bonus from it, but I'm wanting to, what it does is when the deer come out from down here in the bottom, it progresses the evening faster, meaning like if the deer feel safer, they're going to come out earlier. They're going to come out and eat this no matter what. It may be at midnight, but nonetheless, if you're hunting them, you want them to feel safe quicker. So if they've got a screen up to where they can't see somebody stopping at the road or traffic going by or hear things up near the road, they're going to come out here and eat and feel safer quicker. Therefore, they're in daylight hours. And if the first doe comes out 30 minutes earlier than it normally would, that progresses the evening. It's going to get the buck to come out. I know that is deep dive thinking, but it has worked to, you know, it's a plan that I put in place, and it has worked tremendously. So, you know, anything that you can do to make those deer feel more comfortable and safe and non-pressured to where they'll come out earlier, it helps the evening progress. So you got the water here, and we, you know, this was better actually when it was a swamp, but hey, man's got to fish sometime. So me and the family, we got a couple of docks and feeders and stuff down here. We catch catfish and brim and bass out of this lake. But look at that, man. That plot is thriving, son. And I had to put the electric fence around it because the deer were actually eating the needle point. I thought that would be safe, but they're not safe. The deer was eating, when they were young, they was eating the needle point hollies. Man, I appreciate y'all riding along and checking in on Bone. Doing good. Proud to show y'all our little slice of heaven up here. Super proud of it. I hope you're proud of yours. Hope you're shooting your bow. I hope you're living the good life. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure that you enjoy the outdoors, man. Because believe me, this life is shorter than you think. And you need to enjoy it to the fullest. If you like hunting, go hunting. If you like fishing, go fishing. Shoot your bow. And again, we love y'all. Thank y'all. The brotherhood is strong. And we appreciate y'all so much. Subscribe.